social.
Taking down the other podcasts one by one.
Who are these social?
That clip is why people make fun of you.
With Carl
This is all just for the radio.
and Blind Mike.
We have a lot of business to take care of.
Who are these
We are
social?
the number one podcast on the internet today.
WATS.
Welcome to yet another episode of WATS, the show thousands of people come to answer the age-old question, what's the deal with social media? You can't find another show that reacts to everything on Instagram with toxic masculinity. Toxic masculinity. Easy for me to say. I'm your host, Carl Hamburger. With me as always is Mike Geary, aka Blind Mike. What's up, Mike?
I just want everyone to keep in mind today that whatever you're thinking of super chatting throughout the show, I know you can afford more, you cheap fucks.
Yes, we'll definitely berate anyone who gives us less money than what we think we deserve. I think that's a good strategy.
Absolutely.
You know, there are rumors going around right now that two things, that Stuttering John's cats are both dead, and that I won't read your super chats. And I will tell you the latter is simply not true. I will read every super chat, and I'll even interrupt my blind co-host in a rude manner to do so. And I want to mention Matthew Raleigh, who super chats every show, and super chatted last week. I have a new personalized jingle for him, and I dropped the ball. Oh, no. Doug reminded me after the show that I dropped the ball on that one, so I'm not going to make that mistake again.
Oh, good.
I promise you that. I know you're probably disappointed in me too.
Thank God.
There's a lot of angry notes after that episode that I had to deal with.
I can only imagine.
All right. We are doing a rare Monday show, and that's because Mike's going to be out of town this Thursday, so we wanted to get an episode out this week, and I'm wondering if we can pull this off. Is there Monday banter?
Talk! Do you banter at me? Do you banter at me?
Now, I know that you today on Patreon did a watch along with the Joe Matarese, what was it, Mixtapes and Mullets?
Mullets and mixtapes.
Mullets
Get it
and
right.
Mixtapes special.
Yeah.
How did that go for you, Mike? What'd you think? How was it
Oh.
special?
It was really funny, Carl.
Yeah?
I think it went.
I'm curious because I didn't get a chance to watch it yet, but I saw all the energy at the beginning of the show. They introduced the star of the show, Joe Matarese, and everyone's on their feet, woo, going nuts. I assume that his wife paid everyone to be there and applaud.
The main thing we complimented was the production value. We were like, okay, he really pulled out all the stops. It looks and sounds good and everything. I will say about 40 minutes in, there's a weird, complete shift in audio that sounds terrible.
Oh, no.
And just no one fixed it. It's weird. Like, so even that I can't fully compliment. I did tell everyone on my Patreon before Joe gets mad at me. I told everyone that enjoyed our episode to go like and watch his video because it has less than 900 views right now. So I don't know if it was worth the $100,000.
I was going to say the $100,000 that he got. You had mentioned this. Someone donated that money to support him or invested in that.
No,
I'm guessing
it was a business deal that turned into a donation.
It was an investment, yeah. So I'm guessing the $100,000 ran out like 30 minutes in. That's why the audio all went to shit. Like they went through the money.
Very possibly. Yeah.
Okay.
And it goes, if you don't, subscribe to my Patreon or it's up for YouTube members as well if you want to watch it. But spoiler alert, it does go pretty much how you expect it, where we have a lot of fun in the first half. And then in the second half, we're like, is this thing fucking...
Oh, no.
All right.
Oh, no.
Wrap. Come on, guys. Although we did find a way, if you make it to the end of the episode, we did find a way where Joe is more enjoyable. So I recommend just for that tuning in.
You figured out a way to make him entertaining.
Yes. Yeah, if I can manage him, I think I have some suggestions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. So he was definitely on his meds for this special is what you're telling me.
I think so, yeah. Well, as I put it, like, if he put $100,000 worth of work into the writing of the material, I think it would have been more beneficial because, like, it looked and sounded good, but it was all premises that we've heard a million times and no punchlines. So it seemed misguided to spend all that money on this.
Well, yeah, that guy's career is so fascinating to me, and I wish he didn't delete everything he's ever put up on YouTube.
I know.
Because, people have archived all Stuttering John stuff, so it doesn't matter that he deletes the stuff. We have it. But with Joe Matarese, the guy has put out so many crazy episodes. I'd love to go back like we're doing with Stuttering John on our Patreon. I'd love to go back and like listen to some of those early episodes of his podcast and see what he was
tough if it's not
trying
in
to
the
do.
porcelain documentary. It's pretty
Right.
tough. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a bummer. Well, speaking of Stuttering John, so John this week, I feel like we have to weigh in on this. This has been the big news, the big talk of the Dabbleverse is that John was in Vegas and he was hanging out with Vegas beer sales Jerry,
Sure.
I guess. Yeah.
Who, for short, if you're wondering, no, of course it's not Jerry. It's Vegas beer.
Oh, right. He doesn't call him Jerry. He calls him Vegas beer. So Vegas beer sales Jerry and John got together and hung out for the weekend. And he drove John to what he claims to be Melton's house. And when somebody in the chat asked John the next day, are you sure that was Melton's house? He said, yeah, I'm positive because Vegas beer sales Jerry sells beer in that neighborhood.
Oh, well, in that case.
What?
What do you mean he sells beer?
No,
Is he
what-
like the milkman?
That's right. Right, exactly. Do you think like Patrick hears the little bell ring and comes running out of his house every day? Oh, beer sales Jerry's here. Yay. I get a 12-pack.
I've got 5 quarters for a 40.
It doesn't make any sense. All right, so let's watch this together.
Okay.
Because this is from Uncle Christian, posted this in our Discord server. This is John in front of what he believes to be Melton's house. And this is how he behaves.
All right. So you tap me.
Now, if you're listening to this, John is holding up what appears to be like one of those iHome alarm clock things where you plug your phone into it. You put it on your nightstand. I'm not sure what it is. But he's holding it up and he's trying to do the John Cusack say anything thing.
We were trying to figure this out on my show. Is there a tie-in to that at all? What's the reference?
I have no idea because in that movie, isn't John Cusack trying to get his girl back?
Yes.
Isn't he like in love with this chick? Yeah,
like
he's
a classically romantic.
playing In Your Eyes by Peter Gabriel. And it's like this romantic thing. And John, for some reason, is yelling, roll up. Now, the thing I want to point out before we play the rest of this is that Patrick was communicating with John the entire time John was in Vegas, letting him know where he was going to be and when. So Patrick was home all Friday waiting for John to show up. John was there Friday night, never went over to his house. Then Saturday morning, John is at New York, and he's doing his stream, and Patrick super chats him and says, John, I'm leaving my house at 2 today. You got to come over before 2. And John says, well, I got to go to the gym first. I got some errands to run, blah, blah, blah. So then Patrick went to New York, where John was staying, and hung out in the bar downstairs waiting for John to come down, and he never came.
So I didn't realize that part when I was doing my show yesterday, because I did say my criticism of Patrick Melton was, I think you kind of got to clear your schedule just to see if this asshole shows up. You know?
Right. So what happened was Patrick Melton had dinner with family in Palm Springs Saturday. And he's like, I got to get on the road by 2 in order to get to dinner in Palm Springs. So, John, you got to show up before 2. John shows up at 6 p.m., knowing he wasn't home. And this is the bravado that we get.
Come out and talk to me. Let's do it. I said we have a talk. Come on, man. I'm fucking here. Do it.
You're not.
Oh, right now he's doing this thing with his arms where he's like getting them loose. He's ready to start sparring with someone. He's getting
warming up
warmed
the
up. Yeah, a little shadow boxing and stuff. Meanwhile, beer sales or Vegas beer sales, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
He's cracking up. You can tell in the background. He's like, this guy, comedy gold.
Yeah, I'm sure this guy is not using John in any way. It's probably a genuine friend.
Of course.
Yeah.
And vice versa.
Come on, man. Just as suspected. Pussy boy.
He's standing in the road in a residential neighborhood in front of a house yelling, come on out and play and roll up. And then he turns around to the camera and goes, what a pussy this guy is.
He might as well be in front of my house yelling for Patrick Melton. Like,
Right.
it would've done him just as good.
Right. Patrick's not home. But even if he was, ring the doorbell. Like if John, and he says he's coming to my house too. He says he's going to everyone's house, stopping at everyone's house. If John comes to my house and stands in the road and yells, I won't hear him. I don't have the windows open. We have central air here. I won't know that he's there. You got to ring the doorbell. Come on up.
But here's the thing: is like I don't know what John's going to accomplish. Like I'm sure Patrick Melton would handle it differently than me, probably.
Yeah.
But like if John was out in the street yelling for me, I'd go downstairs. I'd be like, "Hey, John, what's going on, man?" Like I'd be excited to film it. I'd be very happy because what is he going to punch me in the face in my driveway?
Do you know what Patrick's plan was? And this is why he wanted to be there when John showed up, because this is actually brilliant.
Yeah.
Apparently, for Hackamania, he bought a bunch of stuff that we never ended up using, including like confetti cannons, but he also bought super soakers. So you know how they did the Kill Tony style show with the open micers that came up and did 2-minute sets?
Okay, yeah.
He was going to incorporate super soakers into something with that. He never even unwrapped them. He never did anything with it.
Right.
So he decided, like, oh, John comes over. I'm just going to come out with a super soaker and just soak the guy. Because you can't, like, press charges for getting wet, as a squirt gun war. What are you going to do? Sounds like
I was soaked.
That's really funny. That would have been the greatest video ever, but... Oh,
because
wow.
how can you? That would actually be the perfect symbolism for all of this. Because
Yeah.
how can you be mad? The guy has a fucking squirt gun in his hand. How are you gonna get mad at him?
Yeah. Try to win this argument, dummy. Now you're wet.
Well, Vegas beer. Looks like Fatty Patty's the big coward that we thought he was.
Barrow, what's up?
Marahawassa! Himbarahawassa!
Very dignified.
Dude, he's yelling that walking down the street in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
He's yelling a barahawusa, which doesn't mean anything. It's not even English.
No, it's nonsense.
It's nonsense words.
My favorite image is like, as much as we say John's a has-been and everything, like a lot of people listen to the Howard Stern show,
Sure.
and there's a good chance there's someone on that street that looked through their curtains and was like, "Is that John Melendez?"
Is that John Melendez? Holy shit. Is our neighbor a barahawusa? Because he's never going to hear the end of this when we do the block party.
Honey, we're moving. Piece of trash.
Apparently the mountains are barahawusas. We got to get out of here. I had no idea. There goes the neighborhood. But that's not the thing that I really wanted to talk about. I want to talk about this part. So now John is walking away. For some reason, they parked very far away from this house and walked there. So now they're walking back towards the car. And this is it's a residential neighborhood. It's not a long street. So John's already... No, it's definitely not the ghetto. That was the dumbest thing ever. This guy came from Canoga Park. And he's like, look at where this asshole lives. You're like, John, you're living in Canoga Park for the last 8 years. What are you talking about? All right, so this is now John is as far away from the house as you could possibly be to be able to be heard. Actually, I think I might have heard you saying the symbolism here is amazing. He's literally yelling into the wind.
Yes. Yeah.
But I want to just break this down because there's two different things that could be happening here. John could be having a break from reality. This could be a psychotic break. Or John thinks this is entertaining and that this is going to be a really funny bit for the internet. So let's watch it. Yeah, let's watch it and figure this out.
The shit he's done to Kate Meany.
Oh, and thanks to TV's Will Heron, my buddy, for posting this. He's been posting a lot of good clips lately.
The shit he's done to my family. The shit he's done to fucking April Emmelt and their kids. Aaron Emmelt. I don't care. This guy's a piece of fucking shit. Come the fuck out, you fat fuck.
You're literally walking away and yelling, "Come the fuck out, you fat fuck," as you walk away.
Oh, wait, John, hold on. Come beat me up, quick. I'm here. I was just getting out of the shower.
But so this is, it seems like performative John, obviously. I mean, talking about, he's worried about April Imholt and Kate Meany's mom for some reason. Yeah, I mean, none of this makes any sense.
Well, did you hear it? Kate Meany I don't know if you want to tango with her. She's a genius.
She is.
Yeah,
yes. Yeah. I've been told that by
Kevin Brennan pretty bad.
I've been told that by John. And yeah, the fact that she acts like she didn't have the link.
I mean,
did Kevin recover? Has he been back on the internet since? Is he all right? Is Kevin okay?
Fantastical.
Is MLC still a show? What's going on? Did he lose the whole network? Is the YouTube channel down?
I don't even understand how it qualifies as a prank. Like, I don't get why John was so worked up about it.
I don't get it. I mean, if that's a prank, then Ray DeVito's the greatest prank artist of all time, because that guy could never find a fucking email anyone sent him or know what the fuck is going on. No, you have the link, Ray. Ray, I sent you the link. Is this a prank or are you dumb?
Well, I mean, we do have to remember John's a guy that, like, within the last week or so, bragged about tying $1 to a string and pulling it away from someone. So I don't know if his threshold for pranks is particularly high.
Yeah, maybe he doesn't understand what a prank is. Good point.
Get the fuck out! I'm fucking pissed. This fucking guy. Fucking dickhead. You say one more thing about my fucking family. The next time I come back, I won't be talking.
If he got arrested here.
Dude, okay, so here's my take on this. If this is a psychotic break, it'd be less embarrassing.
Oh,
right?
For sure, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's a performance. I think the one difference from how you originally presented it, I don't think he's aware it's funny to us in the way that it is. Right. I think he thinks, and this is the mistake he continues to make every day for the last 6 years, he thinks that we're going to watch this and go, oh, John really cares about his kids. We should follow this man into battle and fight for him.
Well, the funny part is, now that you present it that way, let's think about the list that he went down. It started with Kate Meany, followed by April and Aaron Imholt, followed by, I mean, he didn't get to his family for a while. It was pretty far down the list of what he's pissed about, it seems like.
Well, the downtrodden are all John's family. He represents all of them.
Gotcha.
Fucking asshole. Motherfucker, I'm pissed. Can't even come out and talk to me? Jerry, come on. There's Bill Jerry, can't even come out and talk to me.
No, John is so winded right here.
Sprinting down the street?
No, he's walking at his slow pace, but he's walking into the wind, and I think that's too much for him.
It's got to be like 85 degrees in Vegas, minimum.
It's probably 100.
It's not like he's cold. What's happening?
Yeah, no, I was just in Vegas. It's very warm there this time of year. It's very, very warm.
He's breathing like it's -3 degrees.
He's also so fucking fat. This guy went to the gym 6 days in a row and claims to be ripped now, and it's just not the case. Go figure.
Man. Roids.
It's not the case.
Coward!
He didn't do it.
What?
He screams coward alone in the street.
He screams coward as soon as he's 3 blocks away from what he believes to be Melton's house. This man is insane. All right, speaking of guys who are insane, I wanted to play this for you because my boy Manny Muskets, I've hung out with him at a couple of the live shows.
Yeah.
Most notably, Philadelphia, about a year ago, he went up and did a stand-up set before we did the live shows with Dick and WATP. And Manny posted a little bit of his stand-up. He was at Helium, and he was doing some stand-up recently. Okay. And he posted this in our Discord. I thought I'd play the joke that got the biggest response from this. Okay. Now, Manny is a black man who I believe is British.
Yeah, I've heard his voice before, and I've never been able to. It sounds more like a Biggie Smalls impression.
Right. Yes, I thought he was slow. Then someone goes, no. He grew up in London or something like that. I was like, oh, okay, that's better. That's good to know. Yeah. Anyway, just see it now. It sounds a little bit. There were some of the jokes that landed for him that I didn't even know what he was saying. Okay. I was like, I wish I knew what that was. That sounds funny. But anyway, without further ado.
I can admit this to you guys. Ever since I was a kid, I've wanted a white woman. You know, I used to spend every day asking myself, where the white woman at? You know, where the white woman at? Until the day I finally got with one. Then I was asking, where the skinny white woman
That's some pop right there, don't you think? People are going nuts for that.
I don't really have an opinion on it either way. I was waiting for it to be like, holy shit, he's bombing. It's amazing that they're reacting like that because it just seemed like a fine line.
No, I mean, people were fucking loving that. It was like the greatest thing. I was like, oh, black person who had sex with a fat white girl. I get it.
I think Joe Matarese might have used this laugh track for his special.
That's great. I want to thank Flex316 for gifting a Who Are These Podcasts membership.
Yay, super chats.
Please remember, if you get gifted a membership or if you want to become a member of our YouTube channel, you get to watch Who Are These Podcasts every Wednesday and Saturday. We send out the link. You can watch it live. You can watch it anytime after that it's live. We leave it up there for you. We also have 2 bonus shows that we put out every single month. We've been doing this series, Living in the Past with Stuttering John Malone, as we go back and listen to his old podcast from 2018, and it is fascinating. SJ Bot 3000 gifted a Who Are These Podcasts membership. Thank you very much. Carl's Frosted Tips. I like that on Uncle Rico's show. They just call him KFT. KFT coming in. Hi, John. We got you again and again. Hi, Don. Douche of the Dabbleverse with $5 says, Mike, will you straighten that picture behind you and close the door? It's driving me nuts.
Close the door?
He's fucking with you.
Oh.
He's fucking with you. Stop it. Everything looks amazing in Mike's background.
Thank God.
Except for that hat.
People can't see. No, the hat is great.
Did you put on the wrong hat again, Mike?
This is good. This is good branding.
Yeah, all
Get the
right.
thick boy merch out there.
If you say so. Michael C. coming in. All blind Mike sees is EDRs. That's interesting. I think I understand what you're saying there. Dildo Swaggins coming in with $10, and he says, "Hey Mike, I'm still going to F that pretty mouth of yours. Don't respond well to the word. I don't respond well to the word no." Wow.
Fuck. She's gonna rape my mouth.
I mean, it is pretty.
Hey, why did you say still? Like we had a chat about this earlier.
Yeah, I figured that this was a conversation you guys had earlier. No, this is
No.
This
It's
is
the
news
first
to
I'm hearing
you. This is news to you. Oh, you know what? Douche of the Dabbleverse has a jingle.
Here comes the money.
Here we go.
Thanks for the super chat. Douche of the Dabbleverse. A gift like this is much better than Dr. Steve's finger in your butt.
That is correct. Although, once you're told that your prostate's in good shape, you know, that's a nice payoff.
That could get him disbarred.
Oh, shit, I should just... Oh, no, I'm just kidding. It was a comedy bit. Dominic, $2. We like Mike.
Oh, thank you.
Why you trash me, $5. Can you imagine how great it would be to see 2006 Howard, Artie, and crew watching and mocking what John's life has become? It is... I don't believe in an afterlife, but if there is one, that's what's happening. There's a YouTube channel that's playing 24/7.
I heard Cardiff saying this, that like if there's any of the old Howard Stern left in that the body that he takes up now, you'd think he'd have to talk about this, like particularly that clip, if that comes across, like just a guy that used to be on his show and like a fairly big figure in the 90s on that show is screaming in the streets
All right.
for a man on the internet to come and fight him.
All right, Mike, I didn't want to admit this, but I will. Gary Del Bate has been hitting me up nonstop to come on the Howard Stern show and break down the Dabbleverse. I'm busy. I'm sorry, Gary.
Damn it, you're part of the problem.
I can't do it. I'm very busy. No, honestly, Howard would have a field day with this shit. It would be so amazing. His audience would love it. Everyone would participate. That the phone lines would light up, and he could pick any video, any random video, just like watch it.
In any time before 2010 or whatever,
Yeah.
you wouldn't be able to stop Howard from talking about this. Like if the bosses told him he couldn't talk about it, it would be a whole storyline where I want to play these John clips and they won't let me.
Oh, he went on the Adam Carolla show in 2008 and just said a couple of things, and Howard spent an hour on it.
Right.
I mean, yeah, it's crazy that Howard's not breaking this down. I know his staff knows about it. I know they're watching this shit.
Oh,
it's
sure.
probably been suggested in a meeting or two. I would imagine. I mean, there'd be a lot to get caught up on now. Like, I can imagine the phone lines lighting up with people going, "Oh, Howard, you didn't know that Stuttering John, blah, 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 blah." You know what I mean? It would be... Cardiff was the closest to getting this on the air, by the way. Cardiff called in and got on the air and said, "Did you see that John went to a baseball game with his girlfriend?" And that was probably the wrong way to introduce the John topic, but...
Yeah, you can tell Howard's not fully aware of it, because I think even in that call, he goes like, "Oh, that's one of John's people." And it's like,
Right.
no, it's quite the opposite. But I can see Howard not wanting to get in the mud the way he used to do it, but it's like on a slow day, you need to kill 20 minutes or something. There's no part of Howard's brain that says we should play this video.
It's crazy to me.
Yeah.
That's Doo-Doo Baby, $2. SJ's knuckles are almost dragging on the asphalt. Yeah, you notice that? Eku Mugen, $2. Original hand trumpet and John lookalike. I'm not sure what that is referring to, I guess, the avatar that they're using.
Okay.
Carlos Watson tipped $5. Fuck performative John. The pest found him in Vegas. I found him in Colorado yesterday, and someone will find him tonight. General Cumia released the pest. Oh, I hope that's true. I hope that's true.
He says he's going to Tuki's house next, but then I heard Tuki saying he's actually, like, where his hotel is 4 hours away from Tuki.
Right. So John drove to Denver, he said, from Vegas. And he said, I'm in Denver, planning on going to Tuki's. And then I think he made an excuse that he heard that Rocco wasn't home, so he didn't go there. But there's no way he drove from Vegas. I mean, if he did, he's stupider than...
Patrick Melton told him he wasn't home. He still went to the...
Right. No, I know. If John is really going to go through with this and go to everyone's house, he's stupider than I ever could have imagined.
There's
no way.
So much, though.
Me too.
Really
It'd be great. There's no way he drove from Vegas to Denver, though. It just wouldn't make any sense. It's not on the way.
It's not great routing to get to Florida.
Well, no, he's going to New York.
In his trip so far.
Let's go to New York City.
Oh, okay.
Is the first
For
stop.
the wedding, right? Yeah.
Yes. That's doo-doo baby, $5. My theory, this is, I can see it now, John. Doing that weird thing where he fantasizes and argues with his enemies and answers his own questions. Yeah. That's what John is doing. He's having these revenge fantasies live in the middle of the street for everyone to watch. It's like, I know you think that you're entertaining, John, but you could be locked. I mean, if this was the 70s, he'd be locked up.
I wish someone walked by just so John could ask them, where were you when they got my gigs canceled? Which I'm lying about.
Where were you, dirty deeds? I love when he was yelling. What was the one that was cracking me up? He goes, where were you? It's one of his chatters.
There's Flat Cat Jessica.
Yeah, there's Flat Cat Jessica. There's another
Mask.
There's another woman in there.
Oh, Sunflower Dragon.
Yes, Sunflower. Where were you, Sunflower Dragon? Yeah, where was Sunflower Dragon?
And I have multiple answers for it. I'm like, let me run down the list.
That was impressive just now. Cool Cut Casting, $2. Hi, Blind Carl and Club-Footed Mike. Whoa.
Backwards.
Love you too. Cool Cut Casting. Budfeed UK, £2. How John walks with boombox, it could be a fuel can. Yeah, the way he was walking with it was awkward the way he was walking with it.
It's a shame, too, like Butterfly Effect. If it wasn't for Chili DeCastro getting arrested, those two could have crossed paths.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? You never know. John might be in Vegas again. He might be in Vegas again someday. Mark Ebatista with $5. Love Mark. John seems to have left his fit buff bod back on the curb with his cum-stained couch. Where are the cats? He claims they're at a house with who? Yeah, that's a great question too. Now, I haven't been watching all of John's streams this week, so I know that he was drunk in a hotel room the other night, maybe last night, and he can't bring the cats into the hotel room, and he claims it. Does he have friends in every city that's
he has a cat
watching the
sitter
cats?
in every not just a friend close enough that they'll take his two cats uncaged, just like run around the house as they please.
That's not a normal
every
thing.
City he goes to. No,
yeah, that's not a normal thing. Like dropping cats off in a house. Like cats need to get used to a house. They need to know where their litter box is. It's not just just hang out here for a day. I'll be back.
Maybe that's why he offered to take care of your cats. He's part of some pay it forward system where he's in a network of cat sitters.
Good point. He's like, Carl, if I can't do it, I know 8 other people at Cape Coral. They can take care of it for you. Wow, you do? Laziest man on Mars, $2. Enjoy your dark prison, Mike. Yeah, wait till he goes after you for being blind. I can only imagine.
Enjoy your prison. It's the most villainous thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, I mean, he's become a Batman supervillain with this whole thing with Quad. It's crazy.
Enjoy your cage.
Lestat Jenkins, Esquire, $10. This exactly what I watch your show for. Exactly how many John videos have you made? Exactly, just wondering exactly. I don't know if that was on the up and up. Lestat Jenkins, Esquire.
I will defend. I believe producer Chris pointed this one out. I have heard you say in any single way many times. That's the one I noticed. Yeah,
Fuck.
Sorry.
Damn it.
Doesn't bother me. I'm just saying I haven't.
I hate that. I hate that I have so many crutch words. Rocco Orby 2002, $5. I heard SJ was driving around with some hot pussy. Turns out it was his cats overheating in the Nevada sun. I get it. I don't think those cats are still alive. Why you trashing me $10? John's road trip is a combination of Rupert Pupkin and Charles Bronson from Death Wish. He's out for revenge on his enemies who cry out, "I'm sorry I trashed you and your kids, you're great. Please don't kill me."
Yeah. But he's not doing anything. Like, he's tracking down his future victims and then yelling outside when they're not home and then leaving, or parking 4 hours away from them and leaving.
You don't think it's accomplishing anything, Mike? Is that what you're saying?
I've yet to see the results that would indicate it's accomplishing.
Like let's say John was a normal human being and had objectives in life and goals. You don't think he was accomplishing any of those things with this?
Not yet.
Yeah,
but I think
we'll see how it plays
to Missouri, it's all going to change.
Wasabista, 603 yen. Boost Mike's mic or turn down Carl. Thank you.
Oh, no.
I can do that. Let me
Hello?
boost.
Can you hear me?
Let me boost Mike's. Are you doing something on your end?
No.
Oh. All right. I'm giving you a boost right now. There we go.
All right. Hope that's better.
You are a little quieter than usual now that I look at it. My bad. Thank you for the feedback. The Blatcast, a member for 3 months. Mike, I'm sorry that I'm in yet another live chat, but isn't the first step to recovery is admitting that I have a problem? WATP tomorrow at 2 p. That's correct. A new episode of Who Are These Broadcasters?
I texted when you played the clip of Scorch reading Christian Blatt's chat.
Yep.
I texted him and said, "Go outside, man."
I heard you talking about that on
And
the show.
He said, "You're the only one that realized this was a cry for help."
Yeah, seriously. Christian Blatt is glued to every show, and he has a family. Christian, what about the kids? And we met Christian's lovely wife. He brought her to Hackamania, and I felt bad. I felt really bad for his lovely wife because she doesn't know what's going on with this. But then it was nice to see that Christian Blatt was never around during the show. He was constantly bringing his wife out to do different things and go to eat and go to shows, stuff like that. So like, all right, good.
Thank God.
He's doing the right thing.
Oh, all right.
Eki Mugen, $2. He looks like King Louis from the Jungle Book. I don't know. King Louis was in shape, though.
Well, he wouldn't be now, though. You know,
I see. Yeah,
time
good
hits
point.
all of us.
That's a good point. Voltaire 325 coming in with $5. I'm at the point where I genuinely dislike people who super chat John, even though those who try to zing him, he deserves nothing. I know what you mean. It would be fun to watch him go an episode with that. He would lose his mind.
Oh yeah, you've seen him lose his mind when he is making money. He insults the people for not giving him enough. So yeah, he would go bananas.
Devil's Joint, $2. Are you joining against the Duke? Yeah, Mike, you better watch out. Nobody crosses the Duke.
No, someone said it yesterday. Maybe Cardiff or so. Said he's not even the. Oh, maybe David Collins. They said he's not even the king in his own universe.
Yeah,
he's given himself a title.
He gave himself a name, and it's not. Yeah, it's not that impressive by any means. He's such an idiot. Johnny Carson, $5 says, I thought John was carrying the pillow he has to sit on to drive. Oh, maybe that was his hemorrhoid pillow that he had when he's yelling at Melton. Mark Atkinson, $2. Turn Mike up. Damn it, I just did. Is it better now?
We hope so.
I hope so. Project more.
All right.
There you go. Speak to the back of the theater.
Cool.
That's what they tell all the theater nerds. Lisette Jenkins Esquire. Say egg sakchi, Carl. Say it, damn it. Egg sakchi. I'm working on these things.
It's amazing. When I first heard, I must have started listening to WATP after you corrected that because I heard it as an inside joke. But I was like, I don't get how he would even form that word. And then when I heard older episodes, I was like, oh, he does say it. Exactly.
I didn't think so either. When people were making fun of me for that, I go, what are you talking about? And then I went back and listened. I went, oh my gosh, I really am pronouncing that like an idiot.
Yeah.
Hyperbin, $2. Only read the super chat while rudely interrupting my guest. Shut up, Mike. I'm reading super chats.
I'm sorry.
It's not about my speech impediment. Remind me again why I chose this profession when I can't talk. It seems like a kind of a dumb move. All right, let's head over to Instagram real quick. I got a fun one for you.
Blinded like Blind Mike. Don't be a douche. Instagram in the night. Blinded like Blind Mike. Check out these reels. They might make you wanna fight.
Connor in the Discord suggested that we check out this video. It's from Mandatory Funday. And I will just tell you that this gentleman is a vet and he talks a lot about mental health and things. In this video, he's doing one of those things where he's playing two characters, but it's the same person.
Oh, those are always fun.
Always. They never go wrong.
Yeah.
And so he's taking a shower and then another guy comes into the bathroom and this is what we see.
A very relatable situation.
Of course.
What are you doing? Ah! What you got going on in here? Why are you in my bathroom? You're looking a little sad. I'm here to make your day better. I'm the dark humor fairy. Yeah, I'm not feeling very good. What? Get out of here, I'm naked. I'm just here because it kind of looked like you weren't doing too well. I have just the solution for you. A little dark humor. It's been proven to work by service members for millennia. So anytime you get sad, just remember, instead of being sad, you can live, laugh, toaster bath. Thanks, Dark Humor Fairy. Now, anytime I feel sad, I'll remember to live, laugh, toaster bath. Sad thoughts are a...
Okay, so that was the joke part of it. He's even got a shirt.
What do you mean?
Where?
The fuck are you talking about?
You want me to point at it? I don't know what to tell you. So that was the joke part. He's wearing a shirt that says live, laugh, toaster bath. Because that's the dark humor thing that he needs to do to cope with life after.
Right. Because you'd die if you threw a toaster in the...
Yeah, it'd be bad.
Yeah.
And he probably has a lot of suicidal thoughts because we decided to spend 19 years in Afghanistan. Anyway, et cetera, yada, yada, yada. And so after that hilarious video, he has this.
Sad thoughts are a very serious matter. They're something that we should take serious. Always be checking up on your buddies and make sure they're okay. And remember, a little dark humor injected into most scenarios, you'll always be able to tell who the veterans and service members are. Because the muggles will be like, what? I'm going to put a shirt on now.
All right. I feel like that was humor with a lesson.
So, like, if I tell a joke about killing myself and someone laughs, I assume, oh, you must have served our nation.
Correct. That's what he says. It's like, well, thank you for your service, sir. Enjoy Veterans Day this year.
Boy, do I hate the... Hey, gang, we've had a lot of fun here today on Live, Laugh, Toaster Bath, but I want to get real about something.
Yeah, let's get real. Some of your friends might not be dealing with this PTSD as well as I am. So if you could just reach out to them, that'd be great.
This guy served our country?
Yeah.
I wonder we're losing every war.
Yeah, well, it's been a while.
Jesus.
It's been a while since we've had a W, hasn't it? Holy shit. All right. This is another one from Instagram from Psychotic in our Discord. I think we might have watched this already, but it's 7 seconds and it's kind of funny. So tell me if you've seen this before. I don't think we have.
So I just started a new job and I almost got in a huge fight. I'm talking like corporate level lawsuit fight until I realized that management was referring to me as the trainee. The trainee.
Have we watched that one before?
No, I don't mind.
Okay. Yeah, I thought that was funny.
That's funny.
I enjoyed it. All right. Let's head over to Reddit because the number one Kumia cuck in our Discord found another thread in our favorite Reddit group, and that, of course, would be Zero COVID Community.
Who are these losers using Reddit?
What is it? Reddit!
All right, this is called Mask Mirroring Works. No Distribution 3710 posted this 2 days ago. And they say, I recently started taking an acting class, and just like in almost all spaces at this point, I am the only one who masks. It's awkward and uncomfortable, but I've gotten to the point where I no longer feel weird or like I have to explain myself because I know I'm doing the right thing. But I've still been nervous about being in a class full of unmasked people when COVID is surging in our area. So last week I messaged my class and let them know about the surge, telling them that it's not a bad idea to start masking again. I didn't pressure anyone. I just gave them the facts and empowered them to make their own decisions. I'm also not the teacher, so there's only so much I can do.
What age is this person? The teacher can't make them do it either.
That's a great point. That's
Everyone
funny.
wear your masks.
That's really funny.
It goes on your permanent record if you disobey me.
If you're going to take this acting class, you have to get all of your shots, just so you know.
You don't want detention, do you?
Yes, we're going to need proof. Nobody responded to my email, which was disheartening. I expected the whole thing to be ignored in class. But when I got there, to my shock and thrill, one other person was masked.
Oh, my God.
She said I was smart to send that email and told me that 3 kids had to cancel playdates with her kid this week because they had COVID. Someone overheard and was shocked that it was going around so much right now. He said he didn't bring a mask, but asked if I had an extra. I did. I actually brought a whole bag for everyone, just in case. Someone else entered the room and saw the 3 of us in masks and asked if I had an extra. The class filled in, and more people took stock of the people
cool guy,
around them.
where can I get myself some of those?
Yes, right. It's like fucking everyone's getting peer pressured into masking up now. Someone came in late and joined the warm-up without a mask, but whispered to me to request one the first chance he got. Soon enough, the entire class was masked.
Good. I'm glad the guy got right in your ear to tell you he wanted a mask. You definitely won't get COVID that way.
I truly couldn't believe it. I actually started tearing up. This is why it's so important for people to keep masking in spaces. The more people see others masking, the more they feel like they can and they're supposed to be. Mask mirroring is so real. On that note, one thing that I observed was that as the class neared the end, some people who took their masks off for their scenes would keep them off, and because of that, others would do the same. As if it's somehow no longer time to mask. As if it's safe now for some reason, but wasn't an hour ago. I'm not even mad about that. I obviously kept my mask on, and I was so grateful and frankly shocked that people masked at all. It was just an interesting observation in herd mentality. You know what else was interesting to observe was when restaurants reopened and you could wear a mask while sitting down, but if you stood up.
Yes.
Or you didn't have to wear a mask when sitting down. But when you stand up, the mask has to go right back on.
The COVID only leapt at you once you left your
yes.
table, so you had to get it on.
A lot of anomalies in all of this.
This is a very nice Spartacus-level story.
Yes.
One brave soldier walked in there and really taught a group of people that, like, with a little elbow grease and just a dash of luck, a whole room can walk away with a mental disorder.
You too can infect everyone around you with fear and anxiety. Some of these people were living their lives like things were just going great and things weren't going to be bad someday. And I reminded them.
Emailed them.
Yes, I reminded them. Oh no, things can go horribly wrong in your life and you should be worried about it every second. There was a guy in our class who wasn't anxious at all until I got to him. And now the anxiety's through the roof. He hasn't left his house since. Another win.
This does read as like a video they would show you in like the DARE program. Where
yes.
it's, hey, let me get one of those condoms.
Right. All right, last paragraph. Yesterday, someone in the class messaged me to say that 3 people she knows have COVID at the moment, and she thanked me for keeping the class safe. This is more than I could have ever asked for. And the thing is, people can act like they have moved on from COVID, but the truth is, people still don't want to get it. They're just living in willful denial that it won't happen to them because everyone else is ignoring it. But people want to protect themselves. It's such a social thing. And this experience gave me so much hope about what humans are capable of. And then she posted a photo with all of the eyes blacked out of all of these fun people in cloth masks that don't do anything according to everyone. It's been proven these masks do nothing. And if you think they're so great, then you wearing a mask should be enough.
It's not only it's not like the masks don't do anything anymore. Like, okay, we're past the mask time. It's like everyone said, like, yeah, it was kind of just so people felt safe. But it didn't really do. I'm blowing vape smoke out of them. You know, like
yes,
it wasn't. We didn't need these.
I wish I was in this acting class because you know how I would have played this. I would have shown up in a mask with my "Make America Great Again" hat. That would have sent them. This guy, he's listening to my email, but he also is voting for Trump. Like, what do I do?
Do I even want him to wear a mask?
Yeah, this is the guy I don't want to be vaccinated. I don't want him to wear a mask. So it's good to see that Zero COVID community is still alive and well because that's a long post right there with a photo. 59 comments, but more importantly, 566 upvotes.
Good. That's good. Spreading the word. My favorite part, I don't know, I'm curious if you experienced this when you found this post. My favorite part of going to that subreddit is you'll be reading something like this and it's very long.
Yeah.
And then you'll get to a point in it where you're like, oh, shit, let me check when this was posted. Surely it was 4 years ago.
Yep.
Oh, no, 9 hours ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's crazy. It's a very active subreddit.
Yeah.
I mean, these people really need a community. And it's crazy to think that there was a time when 85% of the people around them were all on the same page.
Yeah.
And then they watched as everyone slowly left them. Like, you're not agoraphobic anymore? Come back. Come on. Remember, we're afraid of the outside world. What happened?
They're actually watching. Is that we all thought what would happen during COVID is like a last man on earth situation where we would watch everyone around us die and leave us. They're kind of the mass community that's happening to, where this guy in this room is like, I'm the last one left. I need to repopulate the earth.
Yeah. Let's get back to some super chats real quick, starting with Kyle X.
Yay, super chats.
Absolutely true story. I would have taken one for the team and seen Stuttering John in Davenport, but I was DJing a satanic church event that night. Odd timing. FSJ. Well, we all have priorities, Kyle.
Certainly, yes. I can understand.
I wonder what the set list was for the satanic church event.
You should have invited John. Maybe he would have stopped by.
Yeah. KFT, $2. Quad gave his number out, and he kept hanging up, LOL, CWO.
Oh, interesting.
Quad gave whose number out? John's? I would imagine.
I thought he meant his own.
I don't know. I still do, but I used to do $2. This one is in Braille for Mike. All right, so it's just parallel dots, 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 brackets, brackets. You know what that means?
Right back at you, brother.
All right, very good. Mark Abatista with $20. Thank you very much. He didn't even make it to Denver. He made it to Grand Junction, but that's a few hours from Denver, and 4 hours to Tuki's house. Oh. Tuki drove halfway there to put stickers on John's car before he thought it was stupid. That's amazing.
So he still drove 4 hours to not do it?
Well, if that's true, that's nuts. But I love Tuki's instincts. Tuki made some great videos. I don't know if you saw them, but he was all excited for the Dabbler to visit. So he had bologna and Coors Lights out.
I heard about that.
On his front porch.
Yeah, that's very funny.
And then his 4-year-old daughter was wearing the El Haribe wrestling mask and calling John a deadbeat dad. It was pretty
You're
good.
using your kids. Despicable.
Please fix the audio level. Still terrible, says Stoned Crab. Let me turn myself down.
Oh, no.
Turning myself down. And I'll stop
Hello.
yelling so much.
Hope this is better.
I'm sure it's fantastic. Got over 500 people in here enjoying the show. We thank you all for tuning in on a random Monday with us. We got to head over to TikTok. There's a lot going on over on that TikTok. I'm sure you know.
TikTok's a psyop by the Chinese to fuck up the minds of our youth and some other people too. So let's talk quite a lot about these TikTokers we stalk and know. Oh, TikTok fucking blows.
This one came in from Ray Ping Yu on our Discord. And he finds some good stuff. And this is like a comic who part of his TikTok stuff is he goes out on the street and asks people questions, interviews them. Kind of like Ryan Long does, I guess.
Okay. It's a high bar to set.
Not
a lot of people are good at that.
He got an interesting answer from this gentleman. I should mention that both people in this video are black. Just you'll know why that matters when you hear this.
The bigger trap, marriage or having kids? I think having kids because you can't do the same stuff. At least with marriage, you guys can still smoke crack together. If you got kids, you can't. You got to like put that to the side or something like that.
Exactly.
You got to put the crack at least 4 years or something like that. Once they turn 5, you back in the game. Yeah, because then they can babysit themselves. They'd be like, get over there, and they'd be like, it smells like plastic, Daddy, and they'd be like, it's plastic time. Like, get out of here.
Pretty good answer. He understood that immediately. Like marriage or kids? Oh, marriage for sure. I want to smoke crack every day.
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's down to earth.
Pretty good. I like that it's plastic time. It smells like plastic. Yeah, it's plastic time.
Did you see, and I don't know why that video reminded me of this, but did you see Kevin Brennan's tweet the other day?
No, I don't think I did.
He tweeted something about black people not having fathers on Father's Day. It was like, it was the most like, hey, TMZ.
Yeah, I was going to say,
me?
he's trying to get attention again. Yeah,
very much so. It was cringy.
Oh, he's so embarrassing. It's so embarrassing. Like Kevin getting the attention that he got for Matthew Perry dying.
It was a drug. Yeah.
Yes.
Got him hooked.
You got him hooked on, now I'm the shocking comic that because everything that he wanted to have happen, he's like, this guy used to work for Saturday Night Live, and look at all the credits he has. He's like, yes, tell the people about my credits, yes.
Yeah, he wants to be an edgelord at a time where it's kind of corny to try and do that.
Well, he's also in his 60s, so
right.
That time has definitely passed you by. Now, a guy that I think I introduced you to, and I, of course, was introduced by Tukey, is Wyatt Karam. And Wyatt Karam is the son of Brian Karam. Brian Karam being the political pundit who likes to go on Stuttering John's show and talk politics.
Yeah, do all kinds of nose spray.
And do some nose spray while he's on there to make sure he can breathe through his nose easier.
Sure.
Now, Wyatt Karam has a TikTok channel, and it's called Wyatt's Riots. It only has 38 followers. I think we can bump that number up. I think we can bump it up. Because the description of the channel is this. Satirical maniac. I make fun of everything I know and love. Comedian/writer.
Wow.
Now,
this guy's got to be stopped. He's a maniac.
He's a maniac. And he apparently has ADHD. I don't know if that's a cool thing to have anymore. I feel like everyone's like a did system now. Or
It's everyone's got ADHD.
Yeah, ADHD's not that cool anymore.
Not a thing to list.
But anyway, he's got ADHD, and so he makes a bunch of videos about this. And this one is ADHD people when making eye contact. Okay. All right. I think it would go a little something like this.
ADHD people when making eye contact.
So anyway, what do you think? Mm-hmm. Oh, God, I was so focused on his eyes, I totally forgot he was talking. What the hell did he just say?
What do you think?
But that was it?
Yep. That was the joke.
Okay. Well, I get it.
All right. Well, how about this?
What's the clip you have? Like, I mean, I get it's not funny, but like, I get it.
Yeah, right. Beavis. Do I have that on my board? I don't know. All right. This is another one. Now, this is working with someone with ADHD, okay? This is
good. I'm glad there's a sequel.
Yeah, like
these are like the Ernest movies.
Right, like you're sitting there going, it's only 7 seconds. Well, right, because it's part of a series. So
Sure.
let's get into it here and see what other commentary he has about this crazy disease.
Of course, boss, you know I'll never let you down. I really wish I was paying attention when he was talking.
Keep playing.
Yeah, that's it. That's the whole TikTok.
I assure you it can't be.
That's the whole TikTok video right there, Mike.
No. They allow you to do much longer videos on TikTok now. That's not the end.
Yeah, but if you're doing more than 5 seconds, you're wasting everyone's time, obviously. It's a 5 second
we get
video.
it. They have attention deficit disorder. It describes itself in the name, Wyatt. We understand.
Yeah, those seem like kind of obvious, right? Well, this one I think is a little bit more out there. So now he's doing that face filter thing where he's an old person. So he's playing two characters. He's grandpa and he's him. Okay.
Yeah.
I think you're gonna like this one.
So anyway, I was talking to your mother, and she tried to throw me into a retirement home, and I'm gonna go home, eat that cake, play some video games, maybe rub one out if I'm lucky. Oh shit, he's still talking. I gotta respond. Oh, shit.
See, as his grandfather was talking about going into a retirement home, he's thinking about playing video games and jerking off.
Right.
And then he has to, oh no, I'm not paying attention.
Boy, people are different, huh? The old guy thinks he's listening to him. Turns out he's not.
I think that you should just do react. Yeah, that should be your TikTok, just reaction videos to Wyatt
I do
Karam.
stitches with Wyatt Karam. This guy is a fucking asshole. Like,
Dude.
he is. Oh, he would be exhausting. A theme of this show, I think we just covered people that would be so fucking exhausting to talk to at a party.
Yes, that's a good idea. I think we kind of do that.
Yeah.
I got one more for you because all of the things that we've played so far, all three of them, are examples of having an attention deficit disorder.
Right. I got it.
Because you should be paying attention to your boss or your grandpa or the person you're making eye contact with, and you're not.
Yeah.
So now he's come up with this last video. He's come up with a new thing that happens when you have ADHD, apparently.
This place is wrecked. I need to clean up. Oh, bro, you might want to clean up your apartment. It's kind of a wreck. Well, it's my apartment, you know, so I think I'll just leave it the way that I want, okay?
That one is called Telling Someone with ADHD What to Do. So apparently, very similar to John not cleaning the litter box because he has OCD, having ADHD means you're not tidy.
Well, it also apparently means you rebel.
Yes, if someone tells you that you should be tidy, you get very angry with them.
Fuck you.
Now,
sorry, I have ADHD.
no, Mike. This is a weird thing, but I studied ADHD when I was in high school. I did like my senior project on it.
Okay.
That is not one of the symptoms. Being snappy with someone like that just means you're an asshole.
Cunt. Sorry,
That just
my
means you're,
ADHD is
that just means you're a dick, is all that means. All right, let's head over to another one of our favorite TikTokers. I know you want more Wyatt.
I do. I really
I
do.
know. You love it. You love it. It goes by too quickly. I understand that. But I think you're going to enjoy
Babble, babble, babble.
Opie Radio. The Opie Radio Podcast.
As you know, Opie is over there on the TikToks, and he's still trying to make things happen for himself.
Of course.
And he's talking about Nessie.
Like the Loch Ness Monster?
That's the one. Yes, he's talking about the Loch Ness Monster.
What's topical? Okay.
Yeah, it's fun. And I just want to point out in this video, I don't even care that much about what he's saying. He's literally doing, remember Will Noonan would come on WATP or go on Anthony's show?
Yeah.
And do his Opie impression. He would do like videos and stuff.
Yeah.
This sounds like Opie's doing Will Noonan doing Opie.
Okay.
It's so over the top Opie. It's insane.
All right.
When you do a deep dive into the Nessie, you realize that that stupid lake, it's like an ancient lake. It's got a lot of trees on the shoreline that fall into the water. Then they bob along these dumb trees. And every once in a while, one looks like a stupid monster. That's all that is.
Jesus.
Sorry to bust your bubble.
Could you imagine? Opie watched this back and said, this is good for a TikTok. Not, this is embarrassing. I need to talk like an adult.
The kids need to see this.
This is crazy.
You know, I think the most infuriating thing that Opie does, like of his tics or whatever you want to call them, putting the in front of people's name, like proper nouns.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I like the Carl, I like the Cardiff, I like the Tukey. Why does he do that?
It's hilarious, Mike. It's quirky.
I know that, but I'm...
All right. Hold on. I paused it. We got to hear more of Opie doing his Opie impression because it's pretty spot on today.
All right. That is a good Opie, yeah.
Because you don't think people are flying drones over that lake all day long. Because, you know, the person that actually gets the definitive shot.
You don't think people are flying drones all day long?
All day. That is, wow, that is, it's so exact. Like, he usually doesn't talk like this.
No.
This feels like someone said, like, hey, be an asshole.
Mispronounce every other word and talk like a douchebag. All right. I can do that. No problem.
Of Nessie is going to be a international superstar for one day. For one day. These days, you can only become an international superstar for one day.
Tell that to Trisha Paytas, Opie. The fuck are you talking
Fucking
about?
Kim Kardashian.
What are you talking about?
Back when I was growing up, you could be an international superstar for at least a month or two. But nowadays, you're famous for a day, half
the
a day,
exact opposite,
maybe.
actually.
What about the Bigfoot?
He's so bad. What about the Bigfoot, to your point?
Yeah, why?
What
why
about the
always
Bigfoot?
I'm glad he's tackling the tough issues, like, does the Loch Ness Monster exist? It's about time we found an answer.
You know, the trees and the ancient lake, and then the trees are bobbing up and down like trees, and people are thinking that they're monsters.
But I like the trees. I like the trees. The trees are good.
It's so bad. All right. This clip right here is about Abercrombie and Fitch, and thank God someone's talking about it.
Another topical one. Jesus Christ.
Because apparently when they put your clothes in the bag,
Yeah.
the bag has like a really hot guy model as a photo on the bag.
Okay.
And this clip right here gave me an idea. I would pay $75 to $100 to see Opie do 10 minutes of stand-up.
I'd pay thousands. I think.
Okay. All right. I mean, I was trying to be polite.
I'll kick this GoFundMe off.
All right. Yeah. This is what I think Opie would come up with if you were like, Opie, you have a gun to your wife's head.
Yeah.
You got to do 10 minutes of stand-up. This is a preview of what we might see.
All right.
Certainly spent my time at an Abercrombie and Fitch, and then you would walk out the store with a bag with a giant basic nude male model on it. It was just mortifying. I remember leaving Abercrombie and Fitch with my stuff like this, because they would go, "You want a bag of my?" And you would look behind the gal at the counter. You're like, ah.
Showing the bags. And showing the bags again.
I think I'll just carry my stuff out of the store. Is this
showing
on the bag?
Yeah. So he did like a double take at the bag. He's like, "Do you want this in the bag?" He's like, I think I'll just carry it out.
That's good timing. He's got his timing down for his special. I think this is working. Take it on the road a little bit. I think it's going to be good.
It can't be worse than Joe Matarice's special. Opie, go for it.
I'm just a suggestion. Touch on some of with your wife at this Abercrombie. Touch on some of the differences between men and women. I think you should explore that a little.
That's a good call. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, one more from Opie, because Opie's buddy Matt, who owns Gebhardt's, recently
he's a real gem.
he's great.
Yeah.
He recently he's on the show because of his talent, not because he owns a bar near Opie's house that he goes to every Tuesday and drinks at.
Yeah.
So he just recently had a baby. And we know this because the baby showed up on Opie's stupid show at Gebhard's.
I remember, yeah.
Yeah, very, very compelling content. And so Opie's going to talk to Matt about his wife's childbirth. And what I love about Opie is that he doesn't come off like an immature child at any point. He doesn't say the stuff that like we all got over in 7th grade.
Sure.
And still thinks it's funny.
Were you holding a leg?
Flying right out. Yeah, I was holding a leg. And cutting a cord.
Did he get to see the?
I watched the whole.
Did he get to
thing,
see the?
Just like last time.
Did he get to see the opening of the?
Yeah.
You realize what you know what can do?
Yep.
What is he on WNEW? Why can't he talk?
Mike, I don't think you're understanding what he's talking about here. See, he was referring to, and I don't know if you know about this, but babies come out of vaginas.
Sure.
So, oh, you did know that. Okay.
I'm used to putting them in there. I've never seen them come out.
I didn't see you laughing as hard if you had understood the reference. See, that
you
was
can
the...
say, Opie, you can say hoo-ha. You can say her lady hole. Say something.
I mean, you're talking about the man, the man's wife's vagina. You might as well just come out and say it at this point.
He is like on the Mount Rushmore of shock jocks.
I know.
Like he can't say pussy.
How sad
is that? What are you doing, Opie?
And did you see it's like, yes, that's most of what I'm looking at.
Hurrah,
until the head pops out. Yeah, until the head pops out. That's all we're looking at, Opie. What do you mean? Did I see it? Yes.
It's also my wife.
Yeah, I've seen it often. Yeah. It's so fucking weird. He's such a weird dude. People push back on me because I was goofing on Opie's kink that he's into like breast milk and watching women breastfeed. I thought that was the weirdest thing. I think breast milk is
very weird to me. I think it's like a category on like Pornhub or whatever.
Okay.
To me, it is. I do agree with you that it's odd.
It's odd, but breast milk. I think Lucy Tightbox told me that when her friends are pregnant, guys say stuff like that. Like, okay, I guess that's a thing. It's weird, but okay. But the fact that he was excited to watch a woman breastfeed that's creepy, right? Am I crazy? There's a baby involved.
But I don't think it's true. Here's the thing about Opie. I think he's heard other people being around the likes of, Jim Norton and all these comedians for many years.
Yeah.
I think he's heard people say that they're into pregnant women and stuff. And Opie's like, well, how can I take that one further? I like sucking the milk out of their tits.
Yeah,
I won't say
probably
tits
right.
for some reason, but
yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah.
Opie's got a weird thing though about pregnant women because just the fact that he's like, I was there. My wife gave birth. And he's immediately like, oh my gosh, you know where that baby comes out of, the vagina? Yeah, I mean, fucking grow up.
Hey, Matt, it's not the stork like you might think.
Yeah, I know. It's like, okay, Opie, Jesus Christ. All right, let's check in on my girl Balin.
I fucked your mom. You're done. You're done. Uppercut, chicken and crackers. Want it up? I'm gonna need you to put the ranch down.
I have a special little package here. By package, I mean 2 TikTok videos. Some of our favorite Tourette's girls looking fine. Ooh. Starting with Balin, who decided to get ready. She's got a very cute little outfit with a short skirt and cowboy boots. And she's going to talk about why she did that.
Nice.
Hi, guys. Ew, my mom has hemorrhoids. Baby, safe. Big black cucumber. Ew.
She's got a new one every time. I got to give that to her. Like, it's one of those things where there's always new material. So you go, why is she so popular? Like, oh, it makes sense. My mom has hemorrhoids. It's great.
And we think on the next album, she's not going to come up with a new. There's
Right.
only so many notes you can hit, you know?
Yeah.
But sure enough.
It's like when Pink Floyd came out with The Wall, and you're like, holy shit, it's the same decade as Dark Side of the Moon. It's amazing.
I got ready today, people. I got ready. Not only did I get ready, I did my hair, my makeup, and put on clothes that I've never worn before. Could you imagine that? Oh my God. Ew, vagina. Ew, woo, ew.
What was that? Is she editing in drums to stop her swears now?
I
or
honestly, I
something?
assumed she was like banging drums or something.
No.
She's
Hold
giving
on.
herself a drum roll.
Yeah, hold on. Let me hear that again.
Clothes that I've never worn before. Could you imagine that? Oh my God. Ew, vagina. Ew, woo.
That feels like an accident.
Yeah, she was saying vagina something. I want to know what. All right, whatever.
Wind it up. So, I'm going to show you guys my outfit because I'm not wearing sweatpants. You're probably like, where am I going?
Nice.
Where am I going? Your mom's house. God,
All right.
Mom.
See you there.
Shout out Tom Segura.
Be going to the dog park? Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to the dog park, and yes. God.
That's not a tick. There's a video she put out after this where she was literally at the dog park. Like she got all dressed up in this really cute outfit to take the dogs to the dog park for some reason.
I gotta say, at times the voice isn't the sexiest.
Oh, you think? Jesus Christ.
I'm just observing that.
I've never thought about suffocating a woman with a pillow.
Yes. God darn. Be safe. Big black cucumber. Peace up. A-Town. Ew. Also, can someone tell me, everyone comments that there's something wrong with my knees on my Instagram. Let me know.
Her knees are a little weird.
Oh, is that right?
Sir, yes, sir.
Oh, it shows you she's
Sergeant
human.
Little Wayne. Little baby Wayne is. Sergeant. Sir, yes, sir. Sir, yes, sir. Ew. Sir, yes, sir. Sergeant Little Wayne. I'll see you guys at the dog park.
I think that's a new one. Sir, yes, sir. Sergeant Little Weenie.
Would you let her call you that?
Yes. Of course. I wouldn't
tell
take
you-
offense.
When I watch Balin, this is what I think of now. Where
Yeah.
you know where like the industry, like the entertainment industry fucks up. Do you remember, this is probably 4-ish years ago, they gave this woman Sarah Cooper a Netflix special. Does that name ring a bell to you at all?
No.
It was a girl on TikTok. She was famous on TikTok, and basically she was famous for dubbing in. She would play like a video of Trump. But, it would be
yes.
Trump's audio, but her
Yes.
mouthing, like lip syncing Donald Trump, basically.
I remember that. Yep.
And Netflix gave her a special, and it was an abomination. It was
course.
horrendous.
She's not talented.
And now I think like streaming services like Netflix say, okay, we fucked up. We'll never do that again. No.
Right.
You just picked the wrong person. Give Balin Dupree an hour and say, go wild, kid.
Yeah.
Because that's what I want to watch.
Well, what you should do with Balin is give her a reality show.
Yes, I like that too.
Yeah,
Now
I
we're
think.
cooking.
Yes, I think because some of her best TikTok videos are her making a sandwich. Because
Right.
she'll literally like pick up the sandwich after it's done and then just chuck it across the room.
Well, I'll tell you though, the problem with the Balin Dupree reality show is there would be episodes where she's making the sandwich and she's just like, why does everything have to be so fucking difficult? And we all have to feel bad for Balin, you know?
Oh yeah,
I
edit
don't
that
like-
shit out. Edit that out.
I don't like that as much.
Yeah. I don't want to see. There's some TikTok videos we played them on here where she's crying. I don't play them anymore. They're
I don't want
depressing.
to know
I
the
don't like
grim
it.
reality of Tourette's.
Correct. Well, actually, that brings up our girl Rachel or Keat is on TikTok recently talking about she's answering a question about basically the question is, isn't Tourette's awesome? So this woman who dropped out of college and seems to have a lot of mental issues is going to address whether or not Tourette's is awesome.
Oh, good.
Hello, I'm Rachel Orchid. I have Tourette syndrome. You already know that. Okay. This person asked, are there any benefits or like a bright side to having tics?
First off, that's a dumb question. Secondly, Mike, if I could describe to you, if there was some way I can give you back your vision for just 10 minutes.
I'm listening.
The cleavage on this woman, it is popping.
All right.
It is fantastic. So
I'll
I
get
just
a
want to
closer look after the program.
I just want to point that out. All right.
All right.
Back to the program, everybody.
This is an interesting question. You stupid bitch. I'm going to say no. If we're talking very specifically about my situation, I could say, yeah, sure, having Tourette's has positively impacted me because I started posting about it on social media and now I'm connected to millions of people and that's a beautiful thing. But on a more realistic day-to-day basis, not counting my special situation, I'm gonna say no. It's not, there's no bright side. I think it is so weird and ignorant when people say that they wish they had Tourette syndrome. I mean, if you're into constant fatigue, soreness, literally not being able to control what comes out of your mouth or the movements you make, or constantly dealing with other people's judgments and having to explain yourself to every single person you meet, and a plethora of other things, then maybe you'll enjoy having Tourette syndrome.
This is how I would have answered that question. No, that's a dumb question. You're a dumb person for asking.
Well, I kind of have the same reaction because my first thought was, it's amazing. Like we all live in our own, especially with the internet, we all live in our own individual bubbles.
Yeah.
Where this girl, I'm sure she gets plenty of comments like that we would never think she gets. Where she's like, you know how everyone wants Tourette's? And we're
Yeah.
like, no. What are you talking about?
Well, I've never once fielded the question of, isn't being born club-footed great? And I don't think anyone ever asks you if, like,
true. Yeah, no, I don't
is
get a lot
being
of
blind a
blind hype.
huge advantage to your podcasting career?
Like, you know how everyone wants to be you all the time.
Yeah, it's like, no, it's weird. This chick happens to be a smoke show with perfect boobs, and they're like, wow, you're popular because of your tics. I think she would have been popular anyway. I'll just throw that out there.
Yeah, that's where I misstepped, is hot girls with whatever symptoms they have.
Let's hit some super chats, and I got some woke dad for us.
Yay, super chats.
Why are you trashing me? If the Dabbleverse knows where SJ will be in advance, they should install a portable boxing ring and have all his enemies waiting lined up, ready to fight. Now, why are you trashing? What you were explaining here is a very funny premise, and I appreciate it. And if this video existed online, I would watch it 2 or 3 times in a row. With that said, can we all stop talking about fighting? What is this thing where we're going to people's houses? We're going to fight everyone. Meet me at the bar downstairs. We're all trying to do entertainment shows and comedy shows.
That's what I've never understood from the beginning. Is like, okay, let's say John beats up Patrick Melton, Shuley, Tukey, all these people. Are those guys like less funny now?
Yeah, like, I unsubscribed to Bedabbler's channel as soon as he gets beat up by John. I'm like, well, I can't watch this anymore.
I didn't know. I find Tukey very funny. I didn't know he couldn't fight, though.
Yeah, I didn't realize he was going to get beat up by John. I guess I can't watch him.
The guy with a puppet that crouches under his table.
This is what someone's saying, is that John never realizes, and I give credit to Patrick Melton because he articulates this better than anyone, the way that, like, Chad Zumach and Stuttering John and even Kevin Brennan to some degree think, where they're just like, yeah, but wait until this person gets their ass kicked or we embarrass them. It's like, but that doesn't make you better. Like, all these things you're hoping happens, all these revenge fantasies that you have, none of them result in now you're a talented broadcaster that everyone loves.
It's also anti-comedy the way all these guys are thinking. Like, yeah,
yes.
if a parent that suffered the loss of a child heard Anthony Jeselnik's joke, he probably wouldn't like that. But should he beat the shit out of him for it? No, like, it doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't make any sense. Belial Bradley, I believe that this person has a, maybe not. See, this is how bad I am at knowing who has personalized jingles. Belial Bradley, $5 says, do the Toast play covers of cool bands like Foreigner? Because I want to know what love is. Let me tell you about Foreigner. I think we've covered them one time on a special occasion with a guest singer or something. Growing up in Rochester, which is where Lou Gramm is from, so the singer of Foreigner, we had to listen to Foreigner all the fucking time. It was nonstop on the radio, and I can't stand that band as a result. And I'm sure you're joking, but
I like the idea of Carl playing Foreigner being referred to as a special occasion. Like,
well,
hey, everyone gather around.
When I say special occasion, the Topes do like these special one-off shows all the time where we learn a bunch of cover songs for different reasons.
Okay.
So it's not like I was just like, guys, we got to play some Foreigner at this next show.
This is Carl's Foreigner hour.
Yeah, that's not what was going on. Last slot, $5. Bobo did a bit on O&A freaking out over being seen with an Abercrombie bag and the scantily clad hot guy thereupon. Opie is stealing from Bobo?
Wow.
Last sled calling out Opie. That's a Bobo bit.
That sounds I'm not saying you're 100% right, but it sounds familiar where I remember Bobo being like, "Oh, I just don't like if anyone called him gay, you would get very uncomfortable.
Right. That's hilarious.
You're not wrong.
Queer medicine with Dr. Melendez, $5. Mike, I would fix your club feet, but I don't practice medicine there. Yeah. Can't do it over state lines, obviously.
Good. I wouldn't want it that way. Good.
Turbo 7049. Oh, I know Turbo has a personalized jingle on here, and I'll even play it even though he's got that photo of me as his avatar.
Here comes the money. Here we go.
Thanks for the super chat, Turbo 7049, who is a master dabbler, as a reminder for everyone that Shuli sucks and Vinny is fat.
Kara, what benefits have you experienced looking like a weasel? Yeah, I recommend it to all my friends. It really is amazing. It's amazing how I've gotten by in life with this
You're
look.
living in a bubble, man.
It's really helped me out.
Here comes the money. Here we go.
Thanks for the super chat, Miguel. We sure appreciate it. Blind Mike might not be able to see, but we know for sure he can at least smell that Carl has frosted tips.
Miguel, $5 says, Carl, I didn't hear a word of whatever that second Tourette's girl said. Good God, I rarely feel bad for Mike for missing things, but damn. That's the girl who I signed up for her fanfics or whatever it was for research for the show.
Sure, of course.
And I was disappointed. I canceled.
Business expense.
It was a business expense, but I canceled. She's got the goods. Give her that.
I'll get really close to my phone after the show and give it a
Okay, good. Yes. Michael will give you his honest assessment on his Patreon. You know, normally he's reviewing stand-up specials. This one's going to be about Rachel's cleavage.
Oh, yeah, it is present there.
6 or 7 paragraphs about it. John's Earmite's been a member for 10 months. Thank you very much. 13 months of hardcore commentary and banter. Even with all your horrible afflictions, you still managed to make me laugh. Oh.
Inspiration.
I've never heard a nicer thing ever said to me, John's Earmites. So thank you for being a member. All right, we got to punch out of here. But before we do that, I want to check in on Woke Dad. Woke Dad has become a phenomenon in Detroit, thanks to my buddy Drew Lane. And I was just listening to Drew's show, and they have this thing called the Boner Line. People call in to leave voicemails. And a lot of people were commenting on Daniel Alexander, Woke Dad. And my favorite comment on it was, this guy has a punchable voice. Just listening to this guy, you want to punch him. He's so obnoxious.
Yeah.
He just comes off like such a fucking know-it-all.
He's smug.
So smug, and everything is just overacted and ridiculous. You can tell he's trying to put on a persona of a guy he wants to be. I think it was Mark Fellhauer on that show who goes, oh, I bet this guy's an asshole in real life. Because he's overcompensating for it so much on these videos. Like maybe he just snaps at people and is just a prick to everyone. I don't know. I will tell you this. I'm going to do a deep dive. I have some experts coming on the show on WTP this weekend coming up. Mm-hmm. We're going to do a deep dive on Daniel Alexander.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Excellent.
There's a lot of content out there, so I want to get to the bottom of it. But first, it was Father's Day yesterday. Mike, are you familiar with that?
Did
you guys see this? You guys hear about this? Father's Day? So he's got a Father's Day message for all of us.
Okay.
To all of you dads out there, happy Father's Day. You know, the older I get, the more I look in the mirror, the more I look like my own dad. And in some ways, that's sort of odd because the relationship that I had with my dad wasn't all that great over the years. I always celebrated him on Father's Day, but the love that I received in return, it never felt like the love that I was giving.
He's always the victim. Is this unbelievable? Is there any dynamic in this guy's life where he's not the better person?
It's never like, hey, I grew up in the 80s and I said some shitty things about gay people and I don't joke about that anymore. I feel bad about it. Nope. It's never that. It's always some horrible monster inserted themselves into Daniel's life and he had to show them the light.
Thank God for him, though. We need more people like him.
I never felt like I was getting back what I was giving. So When I had kids, I made a commitment to understanding them, to loving them for who they were, to being a part of their life always, to uplifting them, to making them feel as loved as they make me feel. And on Father's Day, I always celebrate them. And I know it's not a traditional way of doing things, but the reality is I wasn't a dad before I had kids. I didn't know what that felt like, and
It's true of everyone.
This just in. I wasn't a dad before I had kids. Brilliant observation, Daniel.
Can't sue him for slander, I suppose.
No, that story checks out.
I shouldn't be celebrated for being a sperm donor. I should be celebrated for being someone that they really respect and love. You know,
Well, who said anything about being a Isn't Father's Day? It's not based on the fact that you impregnated the mom. It's based on your role as the father figure in these children's lives. They want to thank you for that, right?
It's also like he didn't suggest that his dad left, so to call him a sperm donor is pretty insulting.
Yeah, no shit.
respect and love. You know, at the end of this month is my daughter's coming out day. I celebrate 2 days with my kids every year. I celebrate their birthdays and I celebrate their coming out days because...
Okay, so let me get this straight. If you don't come out of the closet as one of his children, you only get to celebrate 1 day a year.
Yeah.
But if you
so
come
apparently
out...
Christmas doesn't exist in the Alexander household.
But if you come out, you get to celebrate 2 days, your birthday and your coming out day. Got it.
He has a third kid that's just straight as an arrow, and he's like,
Yeah.
all right, only 1 day then.
Yeah.
Kid's like,
Are you
"Oh,
sure?
come on.
Are you sure you don't want to come out?
Just wanna
Because
fuck girls, Dad. I'm sorry.
Well, you're no son of mine then.
Because their birthdays were the days that I first got to meet them on this earth, the days that I first became a father, and their coming out days, those were the days where they knew that I was safe enough to share their truest self.
Or those were the days where they decided that in order to be loved by you, they had to be part of the LGBTQ plus community. Possibility. Just throwing it out there. Like sometimes children want the acceptance of their parents. They want to be loved. Just throwing it out there. I don't know.
I'm having what I think might be a great idea here. You know how there's like a bunch of movies where or TV shows where a kid is afraid to come out of his father's very homophobic. He's
Yeah.
afraid to come out, and
Sure.
there's a big confrontation at the end. I like the 2024 version would be the opposite.
Yep.
Where this kid just wants to be straight. And Daniel Alexander's like, you get the hell out of here.
Oh,
I don't ever want to see you again.
Yeah, his daughter gets caught with a boy in the bedroom. She's like, "Oh my
What's
gosh,
this?
Dad, I think I'm gay. I hate the taste of sperm. Oh yeah, get it out of my mouth. I can't take it anymore.
Get away from my daughter, you cis freak."
The amount of love and respect that it takes to be able to share that with your dad, that means a lot to me. So today, if you're a dad, don't forget to love your kids, to show them love.
Jesus.
Let them know that they're the reason that you're a dad to begin with.
There's a dad watching this going, oh, shit. Forgot to love my kids. I'm glad he reminded me.
You know, so wait, I have to love my kids 1 day a year? How often do I love my kids? I'm confused. What's going on?
365 days.
All right, so this next video, our buddy Dan's going to give us a little tour of his mobile coffee shop.
Okay.
And as you know, one of the things in his mobile coffee shop are stickers because he gets into these confrontations. People chuck hot coffee at him.
Of course.
He gets into verbal arguments with people over these.
It's very dangerous, which is kind of an odd promotion for the mobile coffee shop.
Right. So let's hear him break down all his liberal propaganda that he has.
My mobile coffee shop, the lifeblood of my family. This is where the magic happens. Let me show you a few.
You think you might be overstating things a little bit there, Mike? Like maybe if this didn't work out, he could get another job doing something else?
I've never, so like my stepfather, who I basically consider my father, owns a business, and he does very well, but I've never like gone to the business and thought, my lifeblood as a member of his family.
I gotta say, this is bad news for me. The lifeblood of my family was Kodak. So that didn't work out very well. Kodak, what are you doing? We're not selling any film anymore. You're the lifeblood of my family.
The hamburgers are in jeopardy.
It happens. Let me show you a few of my most favorite parts of it. First off, this part. You see all this? This is where I put all of the liberal propaganda that indoctrinates our children. Some of my favorite are,
By the way, you could tell he's getting a lot of notes from people lately because he never used to talk like this.
Right.
So now he's like trying to be sarcastic. He's like, oh yeah, this is that liberal propaganda. It's indoctrinating our children. I know you guys keep sending me these messages, but it's not true.
It is.
Oh, wait, hold on. This one right here that says, "You are safe with me," and it has the wonderful trans flag and LGBTQ flag, and there's mental health matters. Yeah. Whew.
Disagree.
Getting deep with that one. Free hugs. You see the free hugs one? Be kind.
Creepy.
Definitely doing some indoctrinating with those ones.
Yeah, some of them are just gay, but all right.
Free hugs should not be offered at any coffee shop.
No, probably not.
In it to the man. And in here, check this out. This is where the water comes from. I keep being told that, this is what's used to turn the frickin' frogs gay. So super excited about that addition to the coffee shop.
You're about 5 years too late to that joke, but sure, all right.
And hold on, you're gonna love this part. Coffee, straight up liberal agenda with this one. Actually, this is really good coffee. It's really good. Just like everything in my coffee shop. I'd love to give you a tour anytime. It's not that big, but very interesting. And definitely a den of iniquities for liberals. I actually just care about kindness. That's all. I thought this would be funny.
Yeah, it was. Daniel, he got us
It was
good,
really
too.
funny. That's
was
definitely
really
the
funny.
effect it had. Yeah, it was funny. I did get a laugh out of it when he called the lifeblood of his family.
Yeah, that was fun.
What a fucking ego on this asshole.
Well, I like that he sits there and he goes, look at how innocuous this stuff is. It says free hugs and we love love. It's like if I wore a shirt that said make America great again or America first, he would think that was racist. Which, by the way, it's also very innocuous. Just want to point that out.
What's interesting is because we mentioned it at the beginning, but he made another video recently where he's talking about all the incidents that happened at his mobile coffee shop, that he's had coffee thrown at him.
Sure.
He's been bringing up the assault, as he calls it, a lot lately when he was dragged out of the bathroom at Walmart.
Oh, yeah,
things like that.
for sure. Yep.
And this is a man who's constantly promoting his business and what a den of acceptance it is. Yet there's constantly violence happening around him. It's not a great promotion for this mobile coffee shop.
Well, it's funny you say that because that actually segues perfectly into this last video I want to play of Woke Dad. Because the question someone asks him, actually in this video we just saw where he's giving us the tour, somebody sees that and they put the first comment underneath it is, what town is your coffee truck located?
Okay.
The guy wants to go and sample some of this amazing coffee and read all these great bumper stickers.
Sure. Yeah.
So Daniel's going to respond to that.
Since I've started creating at least a few dozen times here, someone has threatened my life. In the time that I've shared here on a pretty regular basis, people threaten the communities that both of my kids belong to, the LGBTQIA community.
They threaten the community that your kids belong to? They're going to take everyone out? What does that even mean?
The people, I don't know if Massachusetts is much different than New York, but the baristas here are significantly gayer than Daniel
Yes.
Alexander.
Correct.
I don't see them assaulted on a daily basis.
I tried to get a cup of coffee today, and this woman's hair was green. Can you believe that?
Oh,
I will
well,
not
I
be
hope you
drinking
punched
that
her in the
coffee.
face.
I will not be drinking that coffee. Thank you very much. Like, what the fuck's he talking about?
I'm right in the middle of building this space over here into an art studio that's going to support kids in traditionally marginalized communities. And if you can see, it needs a new roof.
Well, you're not going to build a roof by patting yourself on the back there, Dan. You might want to stop doing that for a minute.
And we're almost there with the fundraising for the new roof. The roof is already planned. It's going to be done in a few weeks. And if I don't make the fundraising goal, it doesn't matter. This space needs to be a safe space for kids. They need to have a place where they can go and feel safe from society, because all of the awful things that I catch, all of the awful things that people say to me, they say that because I put myself in between them and those kids. I give those kids a safe space to grow up in.
Oh, go ahead. Let your hair down, Dan. Tell us how amazing you are just this once. It's fine.
Come on, stop being so goddamn humble.
Yeah, seriously, Dad, just tell us that you're doing a great thing. We all know it, but it'd be great if you articulated it.
Just admit it.
One
Let
time.
yourself admit it.
And they deserve to feel safe. They deserve a little bit of anonymity from me so they aren't put in a place of risk.
No, give me their names. Give me every one of those kids' names right now.
Daniel, $1,000 for the names of these kids.
And if I dox you by mistake, I'll give you another $1,000. These are Stuttering John references. If you don't know, he was yelling about he wants Cardiff's real name. He offered $500 on his live stream, which is probably against the terms of service. And then he didn't get it, so then he offered $1,000.
Terrible investment.
These kids deserve to feel safe, and my kids deserve to feel safe. I know why you're asking. It's from a genuine place. You want to be able to come and share a little time and a little space with me and maybe get some coffee and support my coffee shop. And I can honestly say...
Yeah, Daniel, where's your coffee shop? I want to get some coffee. Can't tell you. Great. All right, well, it's a great business model you have there. You're spending all this time advertising the thing on TikTok, and someone's like, can I come to your coffee shop? No.
We're all out of coffee, actually. We do have a few hugs available, if you'd like one of those.
I really appreciate that. I genuinely do.
I can convince your kids they're queer if you got some time.
But I have to carry a little bit of anonymity to protect the people that I care about and also the people that I support. So hopefully you can understand.
You got to see the comments underneath this. This is nuts. Stay strong. We have to be strong for our kids until they can be strong enough themselves. You're a hero, sir. Living in fear is just awful. So sorry. Thank you for creating a safe space. You are awesome. Please stay safe. You are great, and good things will come your way. Thank you. You're amazing. I could go on and on. There's no way he's not deleting all the negative comments on here. This is insane.
What's sick, too, to think about is, like, we talked about this before. Like, in a different way, we talked about, like, with Ric Flair, where, like, we just do whatever you want to us if you're a waiter. I just want to get out of here without a confrontation.
Yeah.
This is similar in the sense that, like, if people were saying these, if people were calling me a hero in my comments, I would be uncomfortable with it. I'd be like, oh, God, please, guys, stop saying things like this.
Trust me, I sell coffee. I'm not a hero.
Daniel is nodding like, absolutely, yes.
Well, they
all get it.
The person who wrote that comment that he responded to in that video, Pickrell5 says, so sorry for not thinking about the hateful people who threaten you and the kids. I do want to stop by and buy coffee. Instead, I will make a donation, bless you. And then that person responded to their own comment and said, donation made, pass link on for others to help you. Wish I could buy a coffee from you and stop by for a chat. This hopefully will help.
A good commercial for this mobile coffee shop would be someone standing in line looking up at the board, the menu, and say, I'll take the smug life lesson, please. Any more of those in stock?
Can I have the teary-eyed conversation with a stranger, please? You have any more of those?
With a dash of virtue signaling in there if you have any left.
That's the thing. These people who are in the comment section are just like, this guy's getting all the fucking virtuous love out there. I got to get some of it. Give me some of it. It's like virtue chasing.
You're a hero.
We talk about clout chasing. This is like virtue chasing. I don't know if that's a thing. Flex316 gifted a membership. Thank you very much for doing that, Flex. Someone thanks you for getting that. That Sean guy, $5. FSJ saw his noodle arms last night on his live stream, and I've seen bigger muscles on a 12-year-old. I'm jealous of Blind Mike and might gouge my eyes. Don't do that.
Well, then I can't see the Tourette's girl with tits, though, you know? There's a give and take to all of this.
That's true. But he's jealous of you. He wants to gouge his eyes. He wants to be just like you. Yeah,
Don't do it, friend.
John's not a strong man. That is for sure.
I'm going to go tell my girlfriend after this. Did you hear what a hero I was? I told the guy not to gouge his eyes out.
Nice.
I'm really brave.
You should probably TikTok about it too. Make a video later today. Laziest Man on Mars, $2. Blind Mike hosts with Marley Matlin doing sound.
That could be fun. I find a death sidekick.
All right, I like it. Rocco Orby does it, $2. I wasn't a dad before I had kids. No shit, Sherlock. Yeah, that one seemed pretty obvious.
No shit, Sherlock! No shit!
Douche of the Devil versus $2. Mike doesn't see race or gender. Checkmate, woke dad.
Yeah.
Dude,
I can still be racist.
In this day and age, that's even a worse thing. You're supposed to see race and gender now for some reason. I don't get it.
Absolutely. How are you going to avoid all the white people?
Well, yeah, good point. Miguel, $5 says, even Daniel's facial hair hates him, as evidenced by his patchy-ass beard in that first video. Yeah, he's barely an adult man. Rocco Orby 2002, $5. Would love to give you a tour and give you free hugs and make you safe, unless you are a flirty 8-year-old girl.
Quit shaking your clam around me, you whore.
Turbo 7049, $5. Mike, if you think the baristas in Boston are gay, you should see the podcasters in Rochester. Oh, it's fantastic. Disgia fan, I think something like that, 707, $10. Your whole career is making fun of people. You are talentless, and you could not draw a single YouTuber with actual content. You cannot draw a single YouTuber. What you do is not roasting. Roastees agree to be roasted. You're an internet bully. Oh, you wrote Y-O-U-R, an internet bully. No, you are right about that. I'm an asshole.
Can't beat this.
I'm an asshole, and no one should pay attention to my content or give me any money.
I was literally thinking during this episode, like, or maybe earlier, during Matarese, like I fucked something up or said something wrong.
Yeah.
And I was like, who am I to make fun of anyone? Like, who the fuck do I think I am?
Right. And then you watch Woke Day and you go, no, I got this.
Yeah.
Hold my beer. I can do this one. Oh, I'm very excited to see Matthew Rowley coming in at the last minute because we have your new personalized jingle.
Here comes the money. Here we go.
Thanks for the super chat, Matthew Rowley. 1 dot to dots, 3 dots. 1 dot, 3 dots for blind Mike is skull and braille.
The other guy kind of fucked up his joke.
Kind of, but what was that? What did they write in that one? Did you pick up on it?
Skull.
Oh, that was skull, right.
Yeah,
okay.
Of course. As we
So
all
you're
know.
you're just going to confirm that is the correct way to write out skull.
Sure. Yeah.
Matthew Rowley says, Carl, you never cease to amaze. Earlier, you defeated the creepy Vinny, who I hear is doxed in Cardiff. Now you're doing a charity stream with some blind guy. Yes. Thank you. Going back to the guy who's saying my whole career is just making fun of people, I'm obviously just a very charitable individual who works with obese, washed-up comics, blind people, and Trucker Andy. I just never stop giving.
You beat Vinny today?
Oh, I don't know. The voting is still ongoing.
It's all political.
Well, I did win last week. I did win last week. I guess that's the point. Yes. Good. I'm always looking to the future. I'm like, all right, that W is yesterday's news. I got to get the next one.
The accolades are for the fans.
Laziest Man on Mars, $2 says, your whole shtick is putting people down as you were. Yes, thank you, Laziest Man on Mars. We will continue with this. All right, we got to get out of here. I do have one voicemail to check out.
Hey, Carl, this is for Who Are These Socials? I heard you mention it a few times on all your shows because I listen to all that crap.
Thank
but
you.
on Who Are These Socials, you said Lisa Boswell's in the hospital, but there's a light at the end of the tunnel. That's the wrong phrase, sir. She might be listening. Lisa, if you're listening, do not go towards the light. Carl's a club-footed asshole. All right, chill.
All right, good point.
That's fair, yeah.
Lisa was back on last week, and then she was on again this morning, and they had Husey on their show, Mike.
Oh, good. I thought it wasn't annoying enough yet.
That reality show featuring Husey. It really is amazing, and props to Devil's Joint, has been running their show and doing a fantastic job. Koof coming in with $5. Thank you for not killing yourselves like John killed his cats. I hope that's not true, but I think it might happen. But thank you, Koof.
In the Disney movie of the Dabbleverse, because like Rudy's fake and all that.
Yeah.
Like you kind of got to twist things to make it palatable for a film. The
Sure.
cats would be the focal point of the movie. Like, you and Cardiff got to get the cats out of there. That's what this is all about, really.
Right. Actually, yeah, if you could watch John's podcast career through the cat's eyes. That's a movie.
Yes, that's interesting.
That would be a very interesting movie right there. I would watch that. How's blindmike.net doing, Mike? I haven't checked.
Well, I don't talk about that necessarily.
Okay.
So, some computers can access it and others can't for some reason. It's still a debacle. But
All right.
just Google me, I guess.
Well, Blind Mike has the Blind Mike Project every Sunday morning at 10 Eastern, which is a great watch. We also have Why Are You Laughing, which is a history show about comedy.
Yes.
I should say a comedy history show.
Yes.
Leading with history show sounds boring. It's not.
Yeah. I like that better.
What else do you do? Who are these socials?
Who are these socials? We did a 4-hour show yesterday. If you want to check that out. We talked about John a lot, but we also talked about Brendan Schaub and Brian Callen having a meltdown. We talked about Matt Reese, and then we did so we watched a little bit of Matt Reese's special on the stream yesterday, and then we did a full breakdown of mullets and mixtapes today for members only. So if you want to sign up to the Patreon or YouTube, become a member. If you're watching this on YouTube right now, hop over to Blind Mike Project, at Blind Mike Project, subscribe, and wherever you get podcasts, all those podcasts that Carl mentioned, check them out.
All right. And we did get another super chat from the person who's not happy with our content, or maybe they are. It's hard to tell. Disgia fan 707 says, if a podcaster doesn't agree with you bashing them, they have a right to strike your channel, and you call that an act of violence. Kind of sick, my dude. I don't know if this is real or not.
It feels like John, but...
Oh, it's already donated $15, so it's not John.
Yeah, that's fair.
But no, they don't have a right to strike my channel. That's not how that works at all. If somebody puts content on the internet and then somebody else critiques it, that's well within their right. It's called a free country. And striking someone's channel, while it's happened to me a couple of times, I've won every time in my counter.
They have the right to strike
your channel. They have the right to strike your channel. Okay. Sure. Why not? Let's all go. Yeah, let's all go around ruining people's lives if they goof on you. That makes sense.
Definitely.
It's good stuff. Who are these.coms where you want to go? And of course, we have DabbleCon 2 coming up. Mike is going to be there August 16th and 17th. We have live Who Are These Podcasts, live Uncle Rico Show, live Tukey Soup and Potato Soup are going to be there. We have the Roast of the Dabbleverse Friday night that I'm forcing Mike to participate in so I can goof on him. I mean, because he's going to be great.
Oh, yeah.
I think I'm going to make Tukey do that too.
Excellent.
Roast of the Dabbleverse. So. Yeah, it's going to be fun. And then, of course, the Dabby Awards Saturday night. If you go to WATPlive.com, you can get your weekend passes. I think VIP sold out. Our VIP weekend passes are sold out. This show is going to sell out. So make plans. Come to Rochester August 16th and 17th. You can purchase one of those events, two of those events, or just get the weekend pass. You're at everything that we're doing all weekend. We're going to organize something Thursday night. We're going to do a brunch Sunday. So come down and hang out with us. It's going to be a fantastic weekend in Rochester.
Excellent.
And I don't say that very often.
No, it's rarely true.
It's rarely true. But this weekend, August 16th and 17th, is going to be fantastic. All right. I think that's enough for us, guys. Thanks for tuning in on a Monday. We appreciate it, of course. If you're watching this on YouTube, why not subscribe wherever you get podcasts from? It's free, and you get the episodes automatically in your feed when you subscribe to Who Are These Socials.
Yes.
Mike, any last words? Any parting words?
Good riddance.
Anyway, social media, I'll catch you later, man.
Who are these socials?
That's what this audience wants to hear. Like, whoa!
Who are these socials?
I'm the one who should apologize. Folks, what you were about to see is real.
With Carl.
Okay, we got it.
And Blind Mike.
Who could have thought of that?